Yo, what it do? We back with a brand new episode. Big Back Adventures. Ugh. Drop the cheers. You know what I'm saying? Drop the scream. Drop the claps. You know what I mean? We in this junk. New episode, baby. Alright. I know it was a lot. That was a whole lot. I'm just doing a whole lot because this is a solo episode. Alright. I got no guest tonight. You know what I mean? And that's cool. I've told you that I'm gonna try to bring you a couple more solo episodes of me rambling and talking nonsense. But I like to do things like this, and I like to do it for you all because you like to listen to it, and I highly appreciate that. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, let's give you guys a round of applause for you guys, the loyal listeners. And if this is your first time listening, go ahead, like and subscribe and whatever cool things. You know the whole gist. But anyway, let's get to it. Okay, this episode I'm gonna talk about something that I see a lot of. And I feel like I've been watching it a lot since I was a kid. But I feel like even more so now. You know, we live in a time in an era where everything is themed, right? As a comedian, it's hard to do a show that's not themed, right? It's like, oh, hey, what is this? I want you to do comedy while holding a light bulb while having active electricity go through you, and a bunch of potatoes on the other side. You're like, what? What in the fuck is going on? Right? That's what's happening, right? So in the cooking world, it's the same thing, but it's even wilder, right? Just to name a few of the cooking shows that come off the mind for me, are like, I don't know, maybe Gordon Ramsay in his 4,000 shows that he has, right? Like Next Level Chef, which is like, hey, can you cook like a bum and poor people because you've never had anything and use these shitty pots and pans? Or can you cook like a top level chef at the very top with all the most expensive cool things? You're like, I guess. Or can you cook in the medium, in the middle? Like doing medium prep work. I worked at a couple nice restaurants. I know my way around the kitchen type of shit, right? I don't know. I think it's honestly this thing is pretty cool, that show. But anyway, he has that. And then he has fucking damn, what's that show with that British lady? The Vanderbilt lady, or was it Vander? No, it's Vanderpump. Vanderbilt Pump. What's one of them? It's not the school, so it's got to be the Pumps. But anyway, he does a show with this lady, bruh, and like that show's cool. And but it's like food, you know what I'm saying? But it's like not food at the same time. They're like doing challenges, but it's like niggas be having like, oh, I don't know, coffee or some shit. And then another dude might be like, yeah, 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 son, like I make I don't know, I make bags or something for food. You know what I mean? It's something around the food or something, but it's not all just the same thing. But it's kind of a cool show because it's kind of like some entrepreneur shit. But like, if you do stuff with food, but you don't do stuff, I don't know. It's cool. Called Food Wars. Check it out. It's crazy theme, whatever, right? And then, uh, obviously, what is it? Master Chef, which is cooks and whatever. You know what I mean? But then you got like the king, the queen, whatever you want to call it, of the theme cooking shows, which is Food Network. Food Network be having the coolest theme shows. Like they started off doing cool stuff. Like they'd be like, oh, we got this like country style theme show. You know what I mean? It was like a country lady. She's making stuff from scratch or whatever. You know what I mean? She making what's the shit? The country fried steaks. She making stuff like this. She out here making uh you know what I'm saying, black eyed peas and cornbread, real Sunday dinner meals for dinner though. You know what I'm saying? Like she was out here doing that kind of stuff. And I fucked with that, right? Or you had other shows that came out that were in a similar stance, but it was like, oh, this is Italian or this is fucking French or something. You know what I mean? But then you had your kind of like theme shows of like Iron Chef, or you may have like this like I don't know what's like another like rando one that would pop up. I don't know, like they would have where like beat Bobby Flay or something, right? Where it's like you got this established chef, and you gotta beat him, whatever, right? All right, cool. And then the beginning of all of this started off with a little show that's like I don't know, 64 seasons or something, maybe a hundred seasons, damn near at this point. I don't know. Matter of fact, let's look it up. My daughter loves to watch Sesame Street, and Elma always says, "Hey, if we don't know something, what we do? We look it up." And that's what I'm about to do because I don't have anybody here to help me out with that today. So, like I said, we doing solo episodes. All right. Okay. Let's see. The show Chopped. All right. Not the stupid Gen Z phrase or whatever the fuck. Yeah. When did that show start? How many fucking seasons is there of the show? If you know what? Let's see. I think I'm gonna put in a before I get the answer here. I think I'm gonna put in a guess, and I think my guess is gonna be. I said 64, and I was right because I have been watching the show for a long time. It is 64 fucking seasons. That shit is bananas, fool. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, that shit's wild. Motherfucker, 64 seasons of niggas picking shit in a mystery basket and you can still pick shit. That's how you know food is endless. That's how you know food is it's like the unsolvable puzzle, because think about all of the different combinations and mixes and matches and fusions and whatever the fuck that you can do. It's a never ending thing. But anyway, Chopped is what started this shit, I feel like, right? Because Chopped was like, yo, we got a group of chefs, cooks, whatever, you know what I mean? This established panel of guests, which I'm going to get to some Chopped shit here and later, or I may do a separate episode about that. But anyway, it was cool because it was a cool ass theme show, right? And you were like, yo, that's pretty dope, right? And then what happened? Then Food Network starts going crazy. I don't know the year count and all this other stuff, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just gonna name off the shows, right? Let's start off with this. Let's go fucking that one show they had, Cutthroat Chicken, or not chicken, Cutthroat fucking Kitchen, right? Cutthroat Kitchen. It seems like a cool show, but then you're like, I gotta bet the money that I could win, right, on a sabotage for a teammate, right? And I feel like eventually the show probably faded out because the niggas got to a point where it was like, yo, I don't care what you throw at me, I'll cook on whatever, but I'm really trying to take this 10,000 or whatever the fuck it was money that they gave them to the house. To the house, right? Because think about something. At the end of the day, even though they probably like, look, you got to spend a certain amount of money, or we want you to do this or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to make the show seem whatever. Eventually, people was probably like, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, big dog. But right now, I got 10 bands in my hands. And before I got here, I didn't have 10 bands in my hands. I will fuck this kitchen up using a fucking toaster and a bottle of water if I got to. Fuck this nigga over here. He ain't cooking food better than me. That's what niggas probably went in that show and started being on, to be honest. Because think about something. You want me to bet against another dude who's stupid. You want me to bet against a stupid ass person going, oh, I'm gonna bet $5,000 that he can't cook on. Go ahead, fool. Go ahead. I'm not finna challenge you with that. I'm trying to keep my money and beat your ass. That's what I'm trying to do. That is what I'm trying to do, bro. Anyway, they got that show. They got another show with a black host, which is randomly good and crazy, right? Because as we all know, Food Network sometimes be with the shit, man. They be with the shit. They be fucking trying they best to not let niggas win, I feel like, on that mug. I feel like it. that's just my personal opinion. That's for another episode, maybe for the chopped episode. But that's my personal opinion on it. Do they have some good black cooks, chefs, and guest hosts now? Yeah, but growing up, nah. 64 seasons? Okay. Alright, anyway. Okay, what's another one? What's another one that they got? Oh yeah, they got the one with the black host. I forget what his name is, but he has a cool show. It's like a poker show where it's basically like the chefs get together at the end of the show, and they basically are making, playing poker, but then like the cards, like make a meal type of thing. You got this card, so you got this kind of thing. You get to choose from this and blah blah blah. And it's like, all right, that's kind of cool or whatever, right? Like that's cool. I can fuck with that, and like that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Also very silly at the same time because I think about the show sometimes and I go, well, if you don't know how to play poker, then you don't know how the show works. And the show honest is not teaching you how to play poker. It's teaching you to be like, okay, flub your cards so you can have a turkey sandwich with some kind of aioli and bacon and fried onions or some shit on it, which sounds so delicious right now. Okay, here's the problem with doing this podcast. Sometimes I be doing this podcast, and as many people who know me or whatever, I like the trees. I like to be outside in nature sometimes. So, with that being said, I be getting hungry, but I never really eat before I do the podcast because I always like I'm gonna eat after the podcast because I know I'll be even hungrier after the podcast, right? Uh, but sometimes I'll be like, yo, I should have should have ate something. I should have eaten something because I'm talking about food, and that just makes me even more hungry. Ugh, man. And when I have guests on the show and they are talking about like their ultimate meal or whatever, oh guys, just mouth watering, just mouth watering. All right, whatever. Here we go. All right, what do we got? Got new stuff we're talking about. All right, what do we got? Oh, we got a new show too. We got a new show that's out with Terry Crews. Terry Crews of all people, which is random as hell. I like Terry Crews. He's a cool guy. He's also a weirdo sometimes, I feel like, but he's like a cool weirdo in like the weirdo black way. You know what I mean? And the weirdo black way of being like, hey, you seem like a dude who's tried real hard to make sure that people knew and understood that you was black this entire time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he stood 10 toes down on that shit. But he also is unapologetically himself. And I fuck with that big time. You know what I mean? This man be doing art. He be doing all type of shit, bro. Okay? Terry Crews, if you ever hear this, just know I fuck with you big time. But you gotta stop doing the titty thing, man. Alright, bro, stop doing the titty thing, man. For real. I'm not gonna lie. That shit is, you know what I mean? You don't have to do it every time. Save it for like American Got Talent. Save it for that. But don't do it on 100 Cooks. Just stop doing it on that jump. Oh, Terry Crews. I can do it too. But just because I can do it and I'm not as buff as you doesn't mean I be having to do it all the time to prove that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? We know you can do it. You've been doing it since White Chicks. Since White. Probably before that. Do you play football or something? This man was probably playing football like, yo, what's up with y'all? And niggas was probably like, yo, Terry, you ain't got to do that. We know you buff, man. We know you can do it. You ain't got to do that. Please, draw me something cool. Draw something. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, Terry. But I had to say it one time. But Terry cool, though. Terry will pop up in the most random ass shows. Most random shows. You'll be like, yo, what the? Terry Crews? The hell? I just think that I think that shit is hilarious. But anyway, okay. 100 Cooks. 100 Cooks is kind of like Master Chef a little bit, but it's like they're doing some bingo type shit with like a giant ball thing, and they got balls that come out and they pick a number or whatever. I don't honestly think that when I watched part of this first season, I don't think that they thought this show all the way through. I don't think they thought it all the way through. I think that they were like, "Yo, this sounds really cool. Let's do this shit. All right, let's put everybody's number in a big ass thing, and we'll be like Cooks, the money and something else, right? And we'll pull the balls out like it's bingo." And you're like, "All right, dope. That sounds pretty cool or whatever." But then no one ever realized, because this has happened like 4 episodes where a nigga's name gets pulled for the first challenge and then gets pulled again for the second challenge, or gets pulled again for the fucking final battle, whatever, elimination one or whatever. And it's like, yo, how the F is that fair? How the fuck is that fair? Nah, bro. No. What are you talking about? I just cooked my ass off in here for whatever your hour time thing is. You know what I mean? Your 15 minutes. I just cooked my ass off. And I just defeated. Okay? I defeated. All right? 7 niggas. And you gonna put my name back in the thing and then pull my shit out again? And you mean to tell me out of 100 niggas that's in here, I done defeated 7? Okay, so now is what? 90 some of us in here. And out of 90 something, I get pulled and another person gets pulled? How is that? How my name didn't get put at the top of the bucket or something? You know what I mean? Since y'all pulling from the bottom. That's crazy. That's bananas. That's my only query with the show, because I don't think nobody thought that through. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it was a matter of fact, there's like an episode where it's like a dude, he got pulled twice, wins, gets pulled on the next episode. I'm like, yo, what? Imagine being number like 51 or some dumb shit, and you're just standing there, and you're like, damn, bro, I done gone 4-5 episodes. My name ain't got pulled one time. Dope. Cool. You just watching niggas get eliminated, and you ain't even had to do shit yet. And then when your name do get pulled, you like, all right, bet. Now we in this junk. But I'm like, yo, somebody didn't think this all the way through. And I think the show is fresh. It's dope. It's a cool show. It rivals like the first 5 seasons of MasterChef, because MasterChef used to be a cool, dope ass show, and then that shit turned to damn a huge themed slop fest. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look, it's hard to believe that some of the people that they be having on the show are not ex-chefs and ex-sous chefs and all of that. Because it's like them first couple of seasons, I was like, y'all, yeah, I believe y'all niggas is home cooks. I believe y'all niggas is home cooks. All the way. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of like, I feel like y'all are essentially made up versions of real chefs, right? That couldn't get on to Hell's Kitchen or something. You know what I mean? I feel like it's on. I don't know. I be feeling like niggas being slick with the MasterChef, but I still fuck with it. I really slick do. I still do fuck with the show. I was cool. Anyway, you know what I mean? These theme shows, bro, they getting out of hand, man. They getting out of hand. They everywhere. They got a show on Food Network called Chow House, which is basically like a reality show of imagine a motherfucker's doing road rules, real world, some shit like that. I know that's showing an age card, but niggas know what that shit is. If you doing that, you watching something like that, but it's like a cooking version of that. You know what I mean? And you like, what? Yeah, they living in a house, they get eliminated by the food and shit like that, obviously, but then they also got to do like these other little challenges, and it's like, what's her name? Alex Bornashelli, and damn it, I forget what this other dude is, but he's some Italian dude, real smug kind of attitude. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, order your food. I'm like, hey man, look here, dog. Chill out, man. Chill out. Okay? Every nigga don't know how to make the pasta the way you talking about it, fool. And I feel like that's what made the show fucked up. Cause they real Italians. And I'm like, yeah, you do need a real Italian, but if you're gonna have 3 judges, you need one real Italian, and then you need 2 other people to be from somewhere else or something else. Because having one is like, cause think about it, having more than one, every motherfucker on there is disagreeing, kind of like the two of them. They was disagreeing nonstop. Cause it's like Italian food is almost like black people's soul food, and I know people gonna hate it when I hate to say this. I don't give a fuck. Italian food is like black people's soul food to a sense because all Italian people, and this is me personally, but I feel like most Italian people be acting like niggas when it come to the fact of they be like, nah, like spaghetti go like this, blah blah blah, or you know what I'm saying, the chicken parm is made like this, the cutlet, whatever. I feel like that because the same way black people are when it comes to certain recipes. When we like, nah, bro, like that's a grandma recipe. We know how that's supposed to taste. You know what I mean? But we also have like different grandmothers and shit like that. So like a northern grandmother probably made different Sunday dinners from a southern grandmother. Like I had a southern grandmother. Southern grandmothers be throwing down. Be throwing down. Y'all be like, oh, Thanksgiving, what a Thanksgiving feast is what a southern grandma makes damn near every Sunday. You know what I mean? Every Sunday. Alright? So that's I don't know, that's the difference. Because in that show, they were also from one part of Italy and the other one from another part of Italy. And I'm like, oh, y'all having family debate, to be honest. Like, nah, my family make it better. And I'm like, okay. That's the only thing that kind of ruined the show. Plus, the whole reality of living in the house and we doing food, that shit was boring. No, that shit was mad boring. You didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn about that at all whatsoever. I'm like, okay, I don't care you living in the house. Can you outcook this motherfucker right here? Can you make some better noodles than him? Fight in the courtyard right now. Put the hands up. Do it right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the that's the kind of shit you was wanting. And I know that sound horrible, like some Zeus TV fucking debauchery, but I was like, okay, the cooking battle is definitely what I'm here for, but I'm here for some other shit too, though, if we're gonna do it like this. But anyhow, whatever. So, yeah, I know I'm ranting, but that's what this is a single episode. All right. Who else? What else? What else we got? Um, I got another episode I think too that I'm gonna do. Well, I think I'm gonna do an episode where we talk about MasterChef and 100 Cooks. We kind of compare the battles between the two of them. To be honest with you, but also, um, let me see. There was a. I feel like I'm forgetting a show that should be in the themed cooking shows, but I cannot think of what it is right now. Cause I mean, I don't know, like shows like Guy Fieri with the diners, drive-in, and dives. I don't think, I don't think that counts as really like a themed cooking show because you really like that's like a destination cooking show, I guess. You know, and then I don't think that like those tournament shows. I don't know if those really count as like themed cooking shows. Cause I think when I'm thinking of more themed cooking show, I think more along the lines of like I said, like I guess maybe I don't know. I guess because like Next Level Chef, Food Stars, and Cutthroat Kitchen, all those are all like competition shows. But yeah, I guess themed competition shows. I guess that's what this episode should have been more so than themed. It should have been themed competition shows. Yeah, themed competition shows, everybody, are getting out of hand. Are getting out of hand. Okay? But yeah, that's the rant for this week. That's I don't know. Fucking oh man. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, why didn't they get into a fight or something on Chow House? That would have been dope. I feel like I wasted a season not seeing that. I don't know. Terry Crews, stop doing the titty thing, man. Please. Okay? Alton Brown, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know if you got beef with Food Network or whatever, but you disappeared. Heard you got a spot in Memphis, Tennessee out there. Shout out to the M Town. You know what I mean? Because everybody know what's up with the M. But anyway, Alton, if you did move to the M Town, pop out. We want to see you. We used to see you pop in over there at Gibson Donuts, but you don't be at Gibson's no more. You don't like the donuts? Pop in at Bang. Shout out to Bang Barbecue. Some of the best barbecue out there. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? Shout out to Interstate Barbecue. They shit still good. They should have been there for 10,000 years. You know what I mean? Shout out to man, what's somewhere else? Shout out to Fishnet. You know what I'm saying? Out in the mound. Shout out to them. That's just delicious as hell. You know what I mean? You could live off of that. What else? Shout out to damn, I'm trying to think of who else. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of spots. Shout out to the big homies down at Tequila Town. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? They be chefing up the good drinks and good food, all the good stuff over there. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? Shout out to oh, you know what? Shout out to Majesty. If you need teas and stuff in the city or anything like that, shout out to her. She got the best teas, herbal supplements, all that type of good stuff. Herbal drinks, get it from her. You can find her at the farmers market out at in Memphis, Tennessee, in Midtown, right? This is also the end of the episode, so I'm doing some shouts out, right? Shout out to the big homie John Miller, who runs one of the longest running comedy open mics in the city at the Hitone, and shout out to the Hitone and my homie Skilly Skinny. I know I fucked that up, or whatever. I was trying to say two other things, but anyway, shout out to them. So if you ever want to see open mic comedy, go to the open mic on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7:30. Is your 7 o'clock is your sign up, but 8 o'clock is the show, and it can run till 10 or so. You know what I mean? If you ever are trying to find good music, metal music, punk music, a couple jazz bands, whoever it is that pop in, if you're ever looking for some crazy theme type of stuff that happens, go to the Hitone and go check out their website, hitone.com, and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the end of the episode, everybody. Yeah, so I don't know. If anybody listening to this episode and you want to do something cool, clip a part of this episode and send it to Terry Crews and say that I fuck with him, but he got to stop doing the titty thing. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody fuck with Gordon Ramsey, send him this and tell him I want to have him on the show. And we want to talk about some big back activities. You know what I mean? Me and him. And yeah, if anybody else fucking with the show, go check out my other stuff, my comedy that I go do. I'm on tour. Go check that out. My schedule is listed in the bio also as well. You can find me in other cities and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, man. All right, that's it. All right. I'm trying to figure out other things, but that's the end of this episode because I really didn't write this one all the way out. But you know this. You know that this is a free balling show. Okay? All right. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a good night. I don't know what time or day or whatever you're listening to this, but have a good one. I want you to enjoy your time. I want you to think about the food that you would eat and think about your ultimate meal. So if you ever want to be a guest on the show, hit me up. Send me a message or something. I'll put you on the show. We'll talk about your ultimate meal and the big back activity that you like to do. You don't even have to have a big back. You could be a skinny back who identifies as a big back. Okay? All right, whatever. All right. Anyway, my name's Nate Jaxon. Everybody go find my stuff at Nate Jaxon Comedy. That's Jaxon, Jaxon. And don't forget to drink water and don't be a piece of shit. All right, bye.